So, hopefully this will be a drive from where we're staying, or maybe not. Here comes Uwe on his four-wheeler. So, stand by. Okay, so Uwe's here. It's 10 minutes to 3. Ralph's supposed to be here at 4. We'll see. And Uwe's going to work on his four-wheeler while I'm gone. So, here we go. I've got this phone taped to the windshield with masking tape that I got from Leo. So let's hope this German masking tape is of good quality. So we've just left the Eifel-Appartementen. Straight ahead's the shortcut, but we're not going that way. We're going to the left. Okay, this is one of 3 or 4 roads into Kyllburg. This is the road I normally take to Lidl, the grocery store. But I've found that Edeka seems to have more products than Lidl. Comes a motorcycle. Motorcycles everywhere. I hear there was a motocross event in Oberkai, and that's why there were so many motorcycles for the last week. Turn that camera a little bit, get a little bit better view. So this is the road into Kyllburg that I normally take. Off to the right, you probably can't see, is the Kyllburg soccer field. Looks like there's 2 of them. And Lidl coming up on the right, with a roundabout in between. Got elementary school to the left and Lidl. And there it is. Okay, short pause, I'll be back. Okay, we're on the road again. Große deutsche Frau. ist da. So now we're headed into Kyllburg. This is a very difficult road to drive in the winter in the snow. Get down here and fix it at the bottom of the hill. I'm just holding on to the camera right now since the duct tape or the masking tape didn't hold. Looks like they've got a detour up here for something. Hope it doesn't stop me. I'm gonna pull up here and try to fix this camera. There's somebody there waiting on a train. Pause it for a second. Okay, we're back on the road again. Hopefully I'll be able to figure out how to splice these two pieces back together since I stopped it. Off to the left is the Pension Mueller, which is about the only guest house left in Kyllburg anymore. Guy's name is Uli that runs it with his wife Marion. So we're coming up here. When we hang a left, off to the right will be the Eifel Hotel. Really nice hotel that was been closed forever, and they've opened it up in the last couple of years. And here's the old road. Back when I lived here, this road was two-way, and now it's one-way. So up ahead on the right is the Kyllburg Kebab, a little cafe, coffee, beer, sandwiches. And we're coming up to how to get around to where I used to live. It's a little crowded today. To the right is the Kyllburg Fire Department. Trucks come out the other side of the building. Coming up on a roundabout. Now we go up here, and when we hang a left, the old Kyllburg Church will be on the right. It's like 800 years old, at least. I think I read somewhere where it was completed in 1239, but I could be mistaken. So when we turn, you'll see, I guess, the church, some of the church. Not going to see it all, because it's, you can see most of it. So I would turn into here, go past the church. Got a little beer garden, not sure what that is, because it's not a business that people go to drink. And then I'm pretty sure off to the left behind those hedges is a Kyllburg Seminary. That building right there with that tower, you can see it, is an old castle that they've turned into apartments, and American military's renting the apartments, from what I've been told. So, next right is the turn in where I lived. And if you look up where that set of steps is, see that second house is the one I lived in, and now Uwe and Ralf Wallerang live in it, one on each side. I'll just pull up here. This is where I parked for 2 years in 80, 81, part of 82. So, now we're going back down the hill. And I don't know if you can see, but straight across is a statue on top of a tower of, I believe, the Virgin Mary, and we've been wanting to figure out how to get up there, but we haven't yet, and we're running out of time. I don't think we're going to make it. So, when it was ice out, and I had to get to work, I would just tap the brakes down here, tap it here, keep on tapping around the curve, and tap all the way down the hill, because if I locked them up, I'd slide. But I could kind of control it by tapping it. Ahead of us is the road that used to be two-way, and now it's one-way. So we're going to have to leave this area a different way. Go back down by the roundabout. Bunch of kids here. I guess they're getting out of school. Looks like they were at the Kyllburg Firehouse. Oh, right to the right is fire departments where they park their trucks. Now, I think that building right there was the old gas house back in the day in 80, 81, 82, but it, like everything else, has closed down. It's hard to even get a draft Bitburger in this town anymore. You go to a gas house and you get a beer in a bottle. And they're not the tall bottles normally, they're what they call stoubies, which are short bottles, but hold the same amount of beer. So we're just going back where we came, headed back to the apartment. And we're going to go over the River Kyll. I didn't mention that earlier. So, this is a really nice drive. It's a lot easier to drive through these towns at night because of the headlights. And I'm pretty sure when I used to come from work, I would come from the direction straight ahead, but the apartments is to the left, and this is the way we came earlier. So around here, usually if you're not going uphill, you're going downhill. And right there is where I think, where the shortcut comes out that I talked about earlier. Okay, coming up on Lidl again. When I go through here straight ahead, you'll see that building right there is it is an elementary school. Grundschule, Kyllburg. Roundabout. farming country out here. I used to drive through here before. They'd have these big trucks spraying a urine and manure mixture onto their fields, and you could smell it everywhere, and it wasn't pleasant. Okay. So all those little T intersections like there are yield intersections. We're used to stop T intersections. So these are all cornfields out here. And then fields for cattle grazing. Any place they can plant something, they'll plant it. Going up side of a mountain, it doesn't matter. All the ground around here seems to be fertile. So we're coming back into Orsfeld. And here we are back at the Eifel-Appartementen, our home for the last 10 or 11 days. Looks like Uwe has left. Maybe he comes back later with his brother. So, that's the drive from Eifel-Appartementen in Orsfeld to Lidl store, through Kyllburg up to where I used to live in 80, 81, 82, and then back to Orsfeld and the Eifel-Appartementen.